Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to the farm. Today we have some things that we need to get done. So we are going to start by fixing a little boo-boo I made on the hatching time quail hutch. Let's go check it out. I'll show you. When cutting, make sure that you measure twice, cut once. That's the problem here. Or count twice, cut once. So when putting this together, I made the mistake of cutting a hole in one more of these than what I really needed. Oh, I hear the quail. We have quail hatchlings. Check it out. So much fun. Quail hatching like every 4 weeks or so. Kind of see some movement in there. So these quail mean we have got to get this quail hutch up and running so we can move the juveniles out of the grow-out pen, so that we can move the quail that are currently in the brooder into the grow-out pen, and so that we can move these guys into the brooder in just a couple of days. So I need coffee. That's what I'm saying. I need coffee. All right. This is a problem that we're gonna fix right now. So I've got some scrap that we're gonna go get out of the machine shed, cut it to size. At least I know where some of my tools are. So we've got those, and then we need zip ties. So let's see. I know where the zip ties are too, so we'll get those. You can never have too much hardware cloth. I can guarantee you, like, I didn't think we were gonna use hardware cloth so much. I bought a whole bunch. I think I bought something like 400 feet of hardware cloth. All of my scrap pieces here. So we will just pick, actually this one looks like it might be the perfect size. But I need to grab my trusty zip ties. Things that I have not used on the farm as much as I thought I would is duct tape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this corner here, and I'm gonna just zip tie that corner. Because I'm very particular, we're gonna cut these little pieces off there. I don't know if you can see that, but these pieces right here are very sharp and pokey, and I don't want the birds to get cut on them. So we're gonna cut these off, and I'm gonna just make it nice and smooth. Got 2 more, and I have 2 more spots where I want to put these, so I guess I grabbed the perfect number of the zip ties without even thinking about it. Just gotta snip all these guys off here, and we're done. Good as new. I mean, actually, don't you think it looks better? Yeah, probably not actually, but hey, do you hear the, it sounds like there's an animal in here. Do you hear that noise?
That's birds.
Where are they?
Right in that thing.
Right in what thing?
Tractor.
No, I closed the door and come in, and you hear it in here. Hear it. Where is it coming from?
In there.
What's in there?
Baby quail.
Baby quail?
Yeah.
What? How'd they get in there?
By you guys hatching them.
All right, good enough. We're gonna call it good enough. So the way I was originally gonna do this was it would require me to remove an entire section from the top of another hutch that we've already had set up and we already have birds in, and that would require just a whole bunch of finagling, you know, removing the watering system, removing the birds from there, taking that entire section off, removing the feed tray. I hadn't even thought of that, taking that entire top tier apart, but that just sounds like a lot of work, and I have to put it back together, I have to put the birds back in there, and so on and so forth. So instead, last night, as I seldom dream about real life situations, but I had a dream that I took a piece of hardware cloth and I just put it over the hole. And then I woke up and I thought, well, how am I gonna do that? And at first I thought, well, I'll cut it and then I'll attach it with wire. That sounds like a good idea. And then I thought, well, no, why would I use wire? I have zip ties. Life is so much easier with zip ties. And dreams get better. So this is proof that dreams do come true. I dreamt it. Here it is. I'm going to finish setting up the quail hutch, and then we're gonna get some birds in there. Here, hold on. So from last time we learned that you want to make sure that you test the watering system and make sure there are no leaks, because we had 2 leaks last time. So that was kind of a pain in the butt once there were birds in there to then go to the trouble of getting all of this, you know, having to empty the water again and fix the leak. So but generally what I found is the leak is simply, there's an O-ring inside there, so I have an extra O-ring here. And we're just gonna put that O-ring around this that acts as a gasket, because this O-ring is probably broken, but we'll find out when we get this open. And there it is, the culprit. We have a broken O-ring. So we'll just replace it like so. Good as new, and we'll slide it back in. Our hutch is together and everything's working as it should, so we're gonna throw the quail in there. Well, set them in there gently. Yeah, she's your pretty girl. She's your pretty girl. And you're a pretty girl too? Yeah. Oh, they get loud. Oh my. Do you like quail?
Do you like to eat some quail?
Alright. So you see how this one has a spotted breast all through here? That most likely means, this is a female. All right, next on the docket, getting a shorter hog fence over there where the hoggies are, where the piggies are. I think we'll do a 16-foot piece if I've got it here. I think I do. And off we go. We're gonna get to work taking this one section down and then putting up that other section. Now that we have this low fence, we can keep our food there and then just dump food over the fence in there for them. According to Jody, who we got the pigs from, what this will do is it'll keep the pigs from associating us with their food, and then what's gonna happen is when we come in here, there'll be no connection to food, so they won't be pushing us around and, you know, nuzzling us or trying to find the food underneath our clothing with their snouts, and that way they'll be docile, gentle pigs for even when our kids need to come in here. We don't have to worry about it. I mean, when they get bigger, yeah, I'm gonna probably not let them go all by themselves into the pig pen until they're a little older, but for right now, of course, it's fine. But anyway, so now we'll be feeding them over there. So one thing I do know that I want to get soon is a big 55-gallon barrel. I think I found where I can get some black ones, which would be good to keep down on the algae growing, if we can find some black ones. It's gotten really windy out here. So now we can feed our pigs without teaching our pigs to eat us. But I need that pig nipple water because it's getting kind of lame refilling that twice a day because they lay in it and use it as a wallow.
Do I hear turkeys?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you do.
We already have quail.
It's usually like 2 days later. So we put the quail in there on what? Wednesday night.
Yep.
So yes, today's Friday. It's usually the morning of the second day after we put them in lockdown. And yeah, they look good, as best I can tell.